Hey guys, this is Vayne's Intersecting Wheels, Step Severe. The strategy that I'm using here isn't anything new, it's the usual Cid Highwind Blitz run. As always, I will be including in the video description more details about the strategy, including alternatives to call abilities in case you are missing bits and pieces of the components here. This time around, something different that I thought I'll try is, instead of detailing verbally all the steps that I take, because you can actually see them in the video, what I'll do is try to focus a little bit more attention into the mechanics of the stage, because I think that would be overall more valuable for you guys. First off, regarding the turn order, starting turn order is quite important. You need Lunafreya, followed by Iroha, followed by Cid Highwind. So while Lunafreya is doing her first turn shenanigans, and essentially the idea here is to use all her LDs and to use her BT plus when there's one LD remaining, and not forgetting to heavy prayer both Iroha and Cid Highwind when her BT plus aura is up. The extra turn of heavy prayer helps a lot. Regarding the stage mechanics, there are two key things that you need to take note of. Beyond that, the rest of the stage is relatively simple. First off, as you've seen at the start of the fight, both Ardyn and Golbez will do a triggered attack before you even get any action in. Golbez's triggered attack is pretty harmless. All he does is provide himself Brave Battery and enchant the enemy party with Dark Element, which doesn't really matter because they aren't gonna do any attacks after that. Ardyn's, on the other hand, can be pretty tricky. First off, he does an AoE Brave and HP attack. You should be able to survive as long as you're fully built. So essentially you just need to heal up the damage that he does to you. However, beyond that, he also buffs himself. One of his buff will actually trigger an instant attack anytime you take an action. So this means that at the start of the fight you do need to quickly dispel Ardyn's buff, and that is the reason why I gave Lunafreya the Seymour LD call. Seymour LD call can be replaced with other calls. You want a call ability that can dispel enemy buffs. So alternatives here can be something like the Vanille LD call or Paine LD call, or maybe even a Faris base call. As long as you can dispel Ardyn's buff, you're good to go. The second mechanic is more of an annoyance rather than a danger. When Golbez hits 59 and 19%, he will try to paralyze a random target. The good thing though is that that trigger only happens all the way at 59%, so it gives you a lot of leeway to set up. And if you can kill Golbez from 60-ish% all the way to 0, you will skip the paralyzing threshold or triggered attacks that he does. The only other thing to take note of, as with all Shinryu stages, is the enemy force time and force attack. In this stage, when the enemies hit 100% force time, beyond the force attack that Ardyn will do, they will also get 8 turns of force time, and during that 8 turns of enemy force time, the force effect is that they cannot be KO'd. Any damage that you do will at most lower their HP to 1. Because of this, if you are doing a slower run or a slower strategy that involves the enemies eventually going into force time, you want to be careful not to delay both bosses to oblivion. In this stage, there are no turn warp mechanics, and the problem is if you delay both bosses to oblivion, which is actually pretty simple to do, especially if you are using Vayne as the featured character here. When the enemies enter force time, they cannot be KO'd until they take turns and come out of force time. So if they are delayed to oblivion, that's essentially a run ender. You just have to waste a lot of turns until the enemies get their turns again. Doesn't mean that Vayne is actually bad here. Vayne is actually pretty good on this stage. If you're using Vayne and if you can't blitz them down before they enter force time, my recommendation is to try to break them out of order so that you don't delay them to oblivion. Anyway, I'm on Iroha's turn as turn number 2 here. I just used 3 LDs with her, and then I end her turn using the Cait Sith LD call followed by her FR. Coming to Cid's turn, I will be just swapping him out for a Sherlotta friend, and you can use any friend support here with an instant turn ability that batteries the party. so Lunafreya or Sherlotta will work. You should be seeing a plus 103%. If you are seeing anything lower than this means that your friend support doesn't have force levels built and you need to find another friend support. One quick note about the call abilities, I did do some testing and I find that the Cait Sith call on Iroha is probably best because this helps Cid to battery himself and significantly boost the damage that his EX can do. Anyway, once Sherlotta is back out, you have 5 turns of force time remaining, and these 5 turns is spent using EX followed by Prishe LD call followed by summon and 3 more EX on Cid, and that should more or less kill off the bosses or leave them with very little health remaining. Your mileage may vary depending on whether or not you have the Cait Sith LD call and whether or not your Cid is fully built. My Cid has force level 20, but he does have blue armor and a 5/5 spear ultima weapon. That being said, because there is no turn walk mechanic here, as long as Gobez dies in summon mode, you can actually take your own sweet time to finish Ardyn off after you come out of your summon mode. You do need to kill Ardyn though before he hits 100% force time, but as you can see here, he's only at 39% force gauge here anyway, so there's actually plenty of room to finish off the fight. So that's it for this run. As always, I hope the video has been helpful, and if you enjoyed the content, please leave a like, comment or subscribe. It really helps a lot. Till then, I'll see you guys in the next Shinryu fight. Bye!